So you stay focused on my hand. No, not my face, my hand. Ugh. Hand. Come back to the hand. Okay. I'm hoping this is in focus, dear God. All right, loves. That's something I really miss saying since I've not lived in Wiltshire. All right, loves. How are you going? You all right? Oh, good, good, yeah. It's proper Wiltshire, that. Shout out to all those Wiltshireans, Wiltshire people. Missing ya. I'm gonna do a favourites. It's been a while. I didn't do a favourites in March because A, I was ill, B, I was in playlist, C, I can't be bothered to ream off any other excuses. I just didn't do one. So I've got a lot of things I want to go through, so I'm gonna get started. So I've got some random favourites in here as well. It's not all beauty, it's a right old mixture. First one I have already shown you in my last video, or video before that. The makeup video, which is the Archery Brow Tint and Precision Shaper for your eyebrows. This is by Soap & Glory, I don't know if I just said that, and I just love it. I have to admit, I've used it every day now for the last 6 weeks, and the felt tip, which is the end I really, really like, is starting to dry up, so I'm gonna have to look into getting another one. But if any of you are interested in how long it lasts, then that might give you a bit of a rough idea. And obviously the pencil end, which I'm not really too sure if it's pencil or wax, it's kind of like a weird in-between. That will obviously last a lot longer. Basically, this is just perfect eyebrows made easy, and it's affordable, and I love it. So, so good. Next thing I've been really loving is, I don't know if any of you noticed, but in my makeup video, I wasn't powdering my face. Now, I have this really weird theory. It's probably not true. It's just something that I've kind of, has always been stuck with me. And that is that if I powder my face, it becomes very matte looking, and I prefer my face to look quite dewy because I have dry patches. And I just kind of feel like if you're using a foundation that is gonna give you a dewy effect, putting a matte powder on top kind of defeats the point of having the dewy foundation. I also noticed my makeup just was not lasting very long. I'm the sort of person that has makeup that by 6 PM has literally all gone, apart from a bit of black under my eyes, like panda eyes basically. And besides that, it's just all gone. Like literally, I'll have to redo my whole makeup. And I knew I was doing something wrong, and I thought maybe it's because I'm not using a primer, because I'm too lazy for a primer. I know, it's really bad. And then I decided to start powdering my face, especially in my oily areas, which is essentially just my T-zone, and the rest is dry. So I dug around my makeup stash and I found this, which is an Urban Decay powder. It's called Naked Light, and it's Naked Skin Ultra Definition Pressed Finishing Powder. And I liked the sound of it. It sounded really nice. It's the perfect shade for me, and I have been loving it. I can't even tell you, I'm completely powder converted now, and it glides on lovely. It sits really nicely on the skin. It doesn't look powdery. It doesn't look chalky. It makes your face just look photoshopped. That's the only way I can explain it. Not that you need to photoshop your face, we all know how bad photoshopping is, and we're all beautiful without any powder or any makeup anyway, but it has made my makeup, I think I just broke it, I didn't. It's made my makeup last a whole lot longer, and so for this I am very grateful. Thank you very much. Another thing that is pro Longwear and prolongs the wear of things is a concealer that I saw Gabby of Velvet Ghost use. I will link her videos and her channel in the description. I absolutely love Gabby so much. I can literally sit and watch her videos back to back. She's hilarious. I just think me and her would just get on so very well. So yeah, go check her out if you haven't already. She recommended MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. As I said, I was having real trouble keeping my makeup on my face, and also my under eye concealers just weren't cutting it, and I felt like I've been quite tired recently and I felt like it just wasn't really doing its job. So I opted for this. I have a feeling this is going to last me a really long time. Like, this is a lot of concealer, and it comes out in a little pump. It is really thick in consistency, it does cover dark circles, it does cover blemishes, and as it says, it does last a hell of a lot longer than any other concealer that I have tried to use under my eyes. Bit more pricey than the Collection or the Rimmel Wake Me Up, but I have really been enjoying this, and I got this in the shade NW20. Lastly for makeup is a bronzer. I don't have a lot of matte bronzers, and if I do, they're very pricey, and I wanted to see what I could find in the high street that was not so expensive and a slightly lighter, because at the end of last year I had a bit more of a tan. So all my bronzers appear quite dark at the moment, and I was like, okay, I'm just starting to look a little bit muddy. So I went on the search for a matte bronzer which was not too dark, and what was that? I think that was my guinea pig. And I came across this, which is the L'Oreal Glam Bronze in Golden Bronze, which is 06. And it's just this really simple, basic bronzer. It's not entirely matte. If you look really closely, it does have slight golden shimmer, but you can barely notice it when it's on your face. And it's just a really light bronzer. It just complements my skin tone really well at the moment. And for L'Oreal, I was just majorly impressed. I have a lot of high-end bronzers, and I've been using this over them currently because I love it so much. It's the perfect shade, lovely consistency, really easy to blend, and if any of you are on the hunt for a bronzer, this one looks like this, is really great. It also has a brush for on the go and a mirror, but I don't tend to use these because I mean, unless you want like a stripe, or, you know, yeah, it's... Okay, skincare. Okay, I'll talk about this issue first, and I'll try and say it really quickly. I recently discovered at the end of last year that I am allergic around my eyes to chunky glitter. So anything that's not shimmer and just is a slightly beyond shimmer around my eyes is not good, and will completely leave my eyes irritated, red, itchy, crusty around my eyes. It just looks terrible, puffy. It's really sore. It hurts to open my eyes, and I've had a few allergic reactions since then, which I have found so difficult to get the skin under my eyes back to how it used to be. I just felt like how it was they were so dehydrated and they were so crusty. I was using so many different eye creams. I could honestly give you a rundown of about 15 eye creams. My eyes have never been the same since. Makeup has never applied the same under my eyes. It's always sort of gathered here. I kind of felt like I had premature wrinkles around my eyes where it was so dehydrated and so just, I can't even explain how awful it looked with makeup. I actually got really self-conscious about it for a while, and I was like, why is this happening? I was then scouring the internet, and I was like, right, I need to find an eye cream that is going to sort this out, and it has to be hardcore. And I noticed that a lot of people recommended the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. This isn't new news. This has been around for a really long time, and a lot of people have raved about this for a really long time. So I'm not too sure why I've only just thought, oh, maybe I should give that a go. But I have been using this for the past 2 weeks, and I feel like my eyes are literally almost back to normal. This is a godsend. I'm obsessed with this. Every night, every morning, I apply it. It feels really nice to blend, really hydrating. Oh God, I could not recommend this enough. It may be pricey, but an eye cream I always find lasts you a really long time. It's not like a moisturizer where you have to apply it to the whole of your face. You're literally taking tiny little bits and just patting them along under your eye, on your, just above your cheekbone. So, you know, I think this was £23, and this is the 14-gram tub. And I know that sounds expensive, but I was so desperate for something to help with my eyes, and I just feel like I would have paid 4 times this amount to have the result that I've seen from it. I absolutely love it. I need to shut up because clearly I mean, we need to get a room. Next skincare thing is something that I bought in the airport before going to Orlando in Florida for Playlist Live. I wanted a face cream that I instantly fell in love with and noticed massive difference with. I'm very fussy with moisturisers. I use them for a couple of weeks, get bored, don't notice any changes, and move on to another one, which is probably not what you're supposed to do, but I just get bored of moisturisers. I wanted something that would make my skin feel hydrated during the flight, as I hadn't brought anything with me to moisturise my face with, and as you know, airplanes can really dry out your skin, and I have a feeling, although I've not ever been to a dermatologist, I have a feeling I have very dehydrated skin. That's just the general idea I have. So I found this in the Clinique counter, and it is the Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief. If you have dry skin, reading those words, Moisture Surge Extended Thirst Relief, just sounds amazing, especially when you're about to get on like a 9-hour flight. You're like, that is what I need. Bought it, not really expecting much, just thinking this will be nice to have on the plane, or days where my skin is feeling really dehydrated and it needs a bit more life in it and a bit of hydration, you know. I'm halfway through. This stuff is incredible. I absolutely love it. For once, I've not got bored of a moisturiser. I enjoy using this still, and it has been over a month. It's very thin, it's not a thick moisturiser, but you apply it quite lightly and it really sinks in. It feels very water-based. I don't know if it is. Rapid, long-lasting hydration in a refreshing oil-free gel. Delivers a burst of moisture, smooths and softens, locks in moisture all day, use under or over makeup. Everything it just said on the back of this, it does 100%. Whenever I use it, I'm like, stroke my face, because my face just feels so soft. I don't think I've ever been this passionate in a favourites video. Next thing is something for the bath, and again, I'm really sorry it's not like super cheap for those of you that might be on a budget, but I ain't gonna lie in these videos, and I am gonna talk about what I have genuinely been loving. This, my friends, is the Laura Mercier Ambre Vanille Honey Bath. This is a bubble bath. As you know, I love baths. I love Lush bath bombs, but recently I haven't been loving anything as much in Lush. There's a lot of things with bits in it and a lot of glitter, and I kind of save those for, I don't know, days when I'm down or when I really want to relax. But generally, if I'm having a bath and I just want to read my book and chill, I will want to put a bubble bath in there. And this, I knew Laura Mercier did these, and I just kind of thought, you know, I'm not spending that much on a bubble bath. This is actually my favourite scent from Laura Mercier. It took me a while to decide that this was my favourite scent. I also really like Fresh Fig. I do have one of these in Fresh Fig as well, and you may wonder what this is that I'm like twirling around in my hand. Basically what you do is you dip this in and roll it. It's like a little like honey thing. You dip it in and roll it, and then you hold this under the tap, and it just gently, like, instead of having to try and pour it in, it's just a really nice way of evenly distributing it, and it doesn't make it messy. But yeah, there's not really a lot more I can say about a bubble bath. It creates bubbles, it smells amazing, and this is what I have been using in my bath every time I've had a bath. And it comes with this, by the way, you don't have to buy this separately. On to random things. The first random thing, I know I'm exceptionally late to the party when it comes to this. There have been people telling me to watch this for months and months and months. And finally, myself and Alfie got around to watching it. And to be honest, I wasn't that excited about watching it. I had heard good things about it, but I am definitely more of a horror, thriller, or comedy, chick flick kind of girl. I'm not into action-y, adventure-y films, or, you know, really tense, you have to think really hard about this kind of films, and I thought it was going to be like that, so I was just a bit like, I'm not like majorly bothered. You're gonna all hate me when I tell you what the film is. And then we watched it, and it was just amazing. It's The Hunger Games, and I've also seen Catching Fire. This film is epic. I was expecting this to be completely different from what it was. Honestly, had heart palpitations the whole way through. I was like just gripped. It's not scary, slightly gory, but it's so tense. It's like my worst nightmare. If I was in this film, if this was a real thing, it would literally be my worst nightmare. I don't know what I would do. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to give it away if any of you haven't actually watched it, but do not be deceived by this. It's not hard to understand. It's literally amazing. I was tired when I watched this, and I can't stay awake for any film at night. Even if it was the best film in the world, I'd probably fall asleep if it was past 10. I stayed awake until 1 watching this and Catching Fire. I could not shut my eyes. I don't even think I blinked. Well, I probably did, but it felt like I didn't blink. And I was honestly going, oh my God, I can't watch. I can't watch. And Alfie was like, you have to, but not for the reasons that you think, just because it's so tense and it's just so good. And when the film ends, you're literally like, I'm not sure if I breathed through that. I need to just take a moment. Again, probably late to the party, but I don't get a lot of time to read. And recently with flights and things and just chilling when I get a time to chill, bath times, that's when it's happened. I have been reading The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. It was right at the top of my books I needed to read list, and when the trailer came out for the film, I was like, I need to read this before the film comes out. And that I did. I think I read this in like 6 days. I literally couldn't put it down. It's an amazing book. I love the concept. Again, I don't want to give too much away in case any of you haven't read it and you want to read it, but it's about cancer patients, and it is surrounded by a girl who is suffering. It kind of shows a really different side to terminal illness and illnesses in general, and it really opened my eyes to their way of thinking, I guess, or what could be going through their mind. And at the end of the day, we are all normal people, and I just loved this book. It depends how weepy you are as a person, but this is a sad book, so if you're reading it, be sure to have tissues ready. Amazing. Well done, John Green. Now I'm just super excited for the film. My last favourite is going to be a YouTube channel. I kind of want to do this every month. I want to include a YouTube channel because there are so many YouTubers who I really enjoy watching, and a lot of them do not get the credit and subscribers that they deserve, and I want them to. And there's 4 million of you guys, so if you want to and you trust my opinion, you can go on over and watch them too. So this month I have been loving the Saucony Jolies. They are a family who live in Ireland, and there's Jonathan and there's Anna, and then their little girl called Amelia, and their tiny newborn baby called Eduardo, and they are so cute. I just love watching their videos. You follow them around every single day, see what they're getting up to, but I'm just hooked. I'm literally hooked. Every day at 6 PM they upload, and I am there by my computer. In fact, what's the time? They've uploaded 20 minutes ago, and I've not seen it yet. I am excited. I've just become very attached to them. Thankfully they're moving to London, so they're now probably going to think I'm like a really crazy stalker. I promise I'm not a crazy stalker. I just really enjoy their videos, and I'm sure you guys will too. Please go and check them out. I will leave a link in the description box. Let them know I sent you, and yeah, I think that would make me really happy, and I hope it would make them happy too. So that is all my favourites. I feel like I spoke like 100 miles an hour. I'm not really too sure how long this video is going to be. I don't even really want to edit it too much. Let me know in the comments what things you've been loving this month, whether that's makeup, body, skincare, or books, or DVDs, or YouTubers. I'm always open to new suggestions, and I hope you are going to have an amazing week, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye! I love you! I love you! I actually really do love you.